Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dragon here, and welcome to part 2 of What If Deku Was the Reaper. Okay, really sorry I haven't been posting on YouTube very much, but as you can see, I am very re-up with... excuse me for a second. And I'm back. Sorry, had to put it on silent. Anyways, not gonna waste any more time. Well, I just figured, for a while, I found out that these guns are actually shotguns. Anyways, not gonna waste any more time. Let's get straight back into the video. Well, more like into the what if. Anyways, we last left off with All Might pinning Izuku to the ground with a shocked face, and Izuku without his traditional Reaper mask on. All Might has a shocked look, like I just said, and Izuku just grinned and said, "What's the matter, All Might? You look like you've seen a ghost." He then chuckles as he turns into the black mist and reforms right behind him, giving All Might a swift kick in the groin. Then Eraserhead used his quirk on Izuku and used his scarf, saying, "Try to get out of this villain." Well, Reaper. But when Izuku is wrapped around in the scarf, he just smiles and says, "You're a slow learner, aren't you, Eraserhead?" Turns to black mist reforming right beside the scarf, all while Eraserhead is still using his quirk, which surprises Saizawa. In his head, he's going, "What? How? I used my quirk on him. He shouldn't be able to do that." Izuku chuckled and said, "Silly Eraserhead. Being able to turn the black mist isn't my quirk." Turns into black mist, reforming right behind Aizawa. Then pulls out his black shotguns from his belt. He points it at his head and says, "This is my quirk." But then All Might came and delivered the Texas Smash to that really dealt really good damage and knocked him out. And Aizawa, recognizing Izuku's face from the reports, goes to All Might and says, "This is him, isn't it?" All Might goes, "Yes. That is Izuku Midoriya. That is Mr. Midoriya. Or at least he used to be. I don't know what he has become." The next day, Izuku wakes up in a police interrogation room with special handcuffs tied to both him and the desk and the table. He tries to list his way out of the problem, but he can't seem to get into mist form. Then Aizawa, when All Might come in, and Aizawa says, "Nice, try all you want, kid. Those handcuffs of yours keeps you in one piece, so you won't be turning into a black mist anytime soon." And Izuku chuckled and said, "Why am I not surprised people like you have something like this?" All Might said, "How? How are you still alive? I saw your corpse." And Izuku said, my team helped me. They gave me a new life. With new abilities to boot. Then Aizawa chimed in and said, This really makes no sense. I used my quirk on you, and you were still able to turn into black mist. How is that?" Izuku smiled and said, "Oh, All Might hasn't told you? What a shame. I thought pro heroes kept tabs on each other." He leaned in closer to Aizawa and said, A little known fact, Mr. Eraserhead. I'm not a guy with an ability and a quirk. I'm an undead spirit with a quirk. I died from a sludge villain attack. And then my team brought me back to life. Me turning into black mist was just a side effect. Also, with me gaining my new quirk. And Aizawa said, "That's another thing. You killed 200 people, and yet none of them were through gunshots. They were always through stabbing or slicing or shredding someone to pieces. Why is that? And Izuku chimed in and said, "Oh, well, that's because my guns don't shoot bullets. They shoot black gas at high speeds. Hurts like hell, but doesn't kill him. Plus, if I shoot him in the head, it knocks them out completely." Pretty useful if you think about it. But then again, with this society, this quirk of mine isn't that good. It's known as a villainous quirk. And as you all know, anyone with a villainous quirk is automatically chosen as a villain. And, well, I mean, come on. And Aizawa said, "So that's why you chose to stay with that gang?" And Izuku said, "Well, not exactly. I chose to stay in that gang because 1, I wanted to. And 2, they helped me out. It's only logical that I help them out. And 3, well, number 3 is your point. And then All Might chimed in, "Alright, young Midoriya, listen, you have 2 options. Either join up with UA for the villain rehabilitation program, or go to Tartarus for a long time." And Izuku thought about it and remembered how much Bakugo wanted to go to UA. And making him see Bakugo, or making Bakugo see him, will be all worthwhile. So Izuku says, "Alright, got me in a box here. I'll join the villain rehabilitation program or whatever." Soon enough, class starts. The first day of UA starts. And everyone is in their seats. Except for Izuku, who has been told by Aizawa what to stay in the teacher's room, teacher's lounge, until he is called over. Pretty soon he is called over. It takes him a while to get there because he was was strictly ordered to walk and not use his mist. And sure enough, the class gets quiet, and Aizawa says, "Took you 8 seconds to get quiet. You'll have to work on that. Every second for a hero is worth it." But anyways, I have two things to say. One, once I'm done with my things to say, you need to put on these uniforms and meet me outside. Then Aizawa sees Izuku through the door and says, "Second, we have a student who's in for the villain rehabilitation program. You may come in. You may come in, sir." Then Izuku goes in through his black mist form and reforms right beside Aizawa. And Aizawa goes, I meant through the door." Izuku chuckled and said, "Technically, I did go through the door." And Aizawa said, "You know that's not what I meant." And then he turned to the class and said, "Everyone, this is Izuku Midoriya. You might know him as the Reaper." And Bakugo just started paying attention now. And he looked at Izuku and yelled, "Deku, is that you?" And said, But how? How can you be alive?" And Izuku said, "Yeah, it's kind of weird how I've been alive through all of your death threats. Constantly telling me to kill myself just because I was quirkless. But I didn't. Well, technically I did die, but I didn't kill myself. But it's complicated. I'll tell you sometime later." Anyways, they all get outside, where Aizawa informs the class that they'll be doing a quirk assessment test, and whoever gets in last place will be expelled then and there. But that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Again, so sorry for not posting a lot. So technically this is my 1,000 sub special. Thank you so much. And Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, slap a like button across the face. Catch you next one, guys. Laters.